You did have to reserve chairs and stuff, but it wasn't like, it wasn't hard to do. Not very easy. It's good. People move.
Yeah, see the consumer, but
Yes,
multiple.
Alrighty, you are good, Kurt.
right. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the February 27th zoning board of appeals meeting. On our agenda this evening, we have a couple applications, and wanted to start at least with the first item, which is the review and / approval of the minutes from January 23rd. Everyone's had a chance to review the minutes. Any discussion from those on the board on minutes?
No,
Make a motion.
a second.
Cool.
Here, you listen.
All right, I guess all in favor of that approval for the minutes? Aye. Any opposed? Approved. All right, first application on the agenda tonight is the Volt area variance. And I will kind of waive reading that overview as it was published in the Sentinel again. Do I have a motion to open a public hearing for this variance application? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. You want to come up again and
Sure,
give us an overview of what you're back for and
yeah, so, good evening, for having me back here in December, talking about a 2.5 car garage. One of the things that brought to my attention kind of shortly before that was the lot coverage issue. And in the middle of exploring that, our architect to see if there's a way to kind of connect it, recently the roof structure to kind of go in between. And after a lot of kind of back and forth, there's no feasible way for me to be able to the way that my current garage had to come out without it looking very awkward. So I'm back here to address the lot coverage, the issue that would go along with the same structure that I was here talking about in December. The 2.5 car garage that I'd like to construct is 952 square feet. Currently on our property, we have an ground pool that is 18 feet by 36, next to a 12 by 12 gazebo. So that takes up 792 square feet of my space on our property. The property itself is 1.3 acres, which is 666,646 square feet. So my permitted square footage for accessory structures is 1,333. In order to build a garage I would like to have, it would go over by about 412 square feet beyond what I'm permitted. So the total square footage if permitted for this garage would have my accessory lot use to 1,745. So I'm keeping the area variance to allow it to go over that. My calculation of the percentage would increase my lot coverage use from 2% to 2.62%. And that is that's what I'm here speaking. The 5 criteria that we had discussed last time are exactly the same, certainly from my perspective. I don't think it changes the character of the locality. 9 out of 16 houses on our street have accessory structures. Buildings that are for storage purpose that are viewable from the road. The alternative methods in terms of to give us some storage space that we're looking for are the same we discussed in December as well. We can certainly build up, but the trouble would be just from the aesthetics of the neighborhood. There are 2-story garages on our street, and the architects opinion is just like you don't want to do that. You want it to be single story, so it blends it well. So we kind of just rely on that. As far as the degree of the variance, it's 412 extra square feet. My perception would be that it's pretty minimal. Typically, as far as the effect on the physical and environmental conditions, it's gonna just kind of help unify our street, and keep cars out of our driveway and get storage spaces, so. I think that's positive as well, and it's not self-created. It's kind of the 5 points and what we're looking to do.
Folks have questions?
So you're no longer gonna join to the house.
No, but the way that the garage, the current garage is structured, it's kind of, and here there's a side door that will come out. And so the roof would have to come out and then over, and where the roof line is come, it would also affect the current sight line inside the windows, essentially from the windows itself of a kind of a. One of the things that are off our family. So you would be looking at it and it would be, it just would be. That's kind of what our intent would be. And that was the most feasible or reasonable way that you could have connected it. Initially, I was thinking it would come off diagonally, but.
I did note that you guys did provide much more detailed clarity on the, like, the actual detail, how it would, the structure would look. I know we discussed that last time.
Yeah.
Your plan is to still utilize the same finishes and features of your existing home structure as the finished elements of.
Yeah, the siding is, it is a vinyl siding, but it looks like rock. And it's like pretty expensive and very nice looking product, so the intent is. If you have to be some type of manufacturing problem that it would be that we would use that, like, that is the intent, to use that along with the same white, kind of standard vinyl siding, maybe on some portions, and but right now, our current garage and the house are a mix of that like, big kind of stone product and then white. So that's
Roofing color, gonna match the whole.
black. Yeah, like in, just be like an asphalt architectural.
I know last time we also chatted about, your neighbor at 61 is really the most impacted from the sight line, the proximity to it. Have you had any further conversation with them about the structure or?
I have not, other than they have been, well, I won't think. We have not, we've not spoken again since then, but I'm very good relationship with him. The last time we spoke, was like, whatever you need from me, just let me know, it's all good.
How wide is the actual sidewalk opening?
So where,
Well, that's the whole width inclusive of the ornamental stone that's there. What is the actual sidewalk?
that's there, that goes into the backyard,
Yes,
so where it probably
is it like 3 feet, 36 inches?
no, I think it starts at 5 feet and then it opens up to 8.
Because in the picture here,
You want
for
to?
stone,
Where's the?
that goes about halfway across.
Yep,
So does the stone actually go halfway across?
so so if you're looking at the picture where it kind of it's a like stamped concrete
Right.
walkway. I would say that probably from the edge of the garage to where it meets the kind of rock, just kind of like they're like pebbles or whatever. I would say that it's probably, it might be 3 or 4 feet. And then,
Because my concern would be fire life safety to allow rescue personnel to actually get to the pool area.
so the shrub is gonna go away. The shrub goes away, and then there would be 9 feet from the edge of
So
this.
you're actually gonna widen the sidewalk area.
So it will, the kind of like the river stone here, that will just, this would kind of get cut off here, and then it would be a mix of that the standard concrete pathway and then the river stone next to it. So yes, you could say it will continue, it would open up, it would open it up more. I think when I was talking with the architect, he was saying that you could go down to like 7 or 6 feet. In between here,
This, or like, what, yeah.
yeah,
Sketch flow.
so. But there was where what I had said was that I would prefer this to be open. When we hired the contractor to put that stamped concrete in, you easily have 2 adults walking side by side down that pathway. So it's just
So they
very,
could get a garden through it.
yes, that was, we wanted it,
In case there was
you
something.
can have 2 adults easily walking. Yeah, so this goes, it's more. And then like this is, there's like flowers in here. So it's pretty, it's more straight back. And so what you'll have is probably about at least like. We might add more riverbed or river rock there, like meet up to where the garage comes in, but that's kind of the stuff. We probably just add more of that rock. Straight back, but this stone, the river stone here, like that is on both sides, so you've got your standard concrete pathway, and on both sides, there's just, they're like, 2-inch round. Thank you.
Anyone with any questions? Anyone online with any questions?
Nope.
To close the public hearing.
Before we do that, do we have to hear the big one?
That would just be the public hearing
close-
for
yeah.
this one.
Close this one first.
You have a motion to close the public hearing? Okay.
Right.
All right, all in favor?
All right,
All right, so, you're welcome to stick around if you want. We're gonna move the other one and go through that. We may discuss it and come to a solution tonight, but this one was. Thank you very much for that. All right, so the second application tonight is the, Michigan area variance. So again, I'll waive reading that one as it was also posted. Do we have I guess everyone's familiar with that one as well? Do we have a motion to open the public hearing? Also. All in favor?
Well, good evening. Ben, my wife and I own the property at 324 Providence Road. The variance, the whole part in front of the residence.
This is something that was, I remember the last time it was something that was supposed to be brought in front of like a planning board instead of us.
well, the town board adopted a local law 6 in 2024. That site plan approval went away. Now everything comes before the zoning board. If it's in front of primary structure, then we'll see it.
Oh, it was just clear, because like traditionally we didn't.
Drive happen or
Sure, absolutely, go ahead.
maybe boulevard, I'm looking at the 40 by 72, but smaller. Question 3 says how much acre could be involved. I overestimated to the guy with the explanation. Less than half acre. Actual part of that tree. Cleared out all the buffer brush, so it's all flat, ready to go. Closest corner to Bountiful Road, approximately 240 meters. Approximately 110 meters for the front line.
And you've got a pond.
There is water, I have a pond, east side is water, river. So it'd be very difficult to be able to cross it, if it's intermittent. That's the reason for putting it in front of the resident. Most likely will not be seen by any of my neighbors, maybe top of the roof line. I work 20 times, putting the roof to 15 foot. Are there any questions about the schematic? I can read.
They say the height to the top of the roof, 15 feet,
Not top of the roof, the
when sidewalls are
sidewalls.
15 feet, 16.
That's what I'm trying to build. See if I can afford it. I guarantee to buy 10. Full project or just sort of. Trying to do a small icon. Got 5 kids there.
The camper going in the barn.
Oh, plans to chop down any of the brush that's actually as a barrier from Blunt Hill Road.
I purposely kept brush here, I like. But I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
Close structure will be to the east. It is a 4 block. Probably 100 yards from there.
Utilities,
On the driveway, on the west side of that driveway, that's what the transformer is.
I saw it down there.
Looking for my father, my city,
Mhm.
that.
Colors,
Yeah. I thought-
no,
I haven't come up with it.
no chartreuse, green, glow in the dark colors or anything like that.
I gotta. I would want it.
But the overall intent is just for storage, you don't plan to like finish or keep or to.
Right now, see if I can work with concrete. Maybe in the future, put it.
Have you spoken with any of the neighbors of that? You know, you said the east is the closest, the horse barn, have you talked with them? Have you had any interaction with the actual neighbors directly on Bowden?
No, I put the sign up the day I got it. So
Mhm.
I did, and they of course, they're very mindful of them, so I told them the day that, like the roof thing over it, use the machine to chop down all the buck brush. They're aware that they're.
What's your neighbor, I forget this guy.
Mhm.
So like once upon a time, I lived right off of here, like West Bloomfield. And I knew Sue James, who just sold her house like right there, and I always forget what this guy's name.
Horse barn?
The guy, yeah, directly to your east.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, no, I just
They
always
look
something like.
probably. And I remember looking at that when I looked at it.
Okay.
They moved in after me.
The area behind the house.
Yeah.
Is that wet back there?
Directly behind it's right down. Actually, over the full building. 1,000 to go. That area on east and west of the primary residence, it's wet.
Mhm.
Did Corey put that in as a stipulation of what that would be? As well, no, he's got 26 acres. You have plenty of lot coverage.
Lot coverage isn't an issue.
The areas are just wet areas are now wetlands.
Sorry.
Are the wet areas wetlands or are they just damp areas of your part of your property that's just wet all the time?
They're not described as wetlands, but they're. right now.
It's like the.
Nothing exceeding cross level, so.
And I think you're just, there's no designation.
Right,
It's just, you're just noting
I'll look
that
at this.
you end up getting standing water there and whatnot.
Yeah, when it rains a lot, it flows.
Okay, okay.
One of the west side always crossing over to the east, all the way north, that. I have a-
Mhm.
Anyone else have any questions?
Are you putting in any gravel driveway for that shed?
Yeah, so we put in a gravel approximately. With the power transformer just to the south of that. And batting cage and asphalt. That right there. Directly.
Okay.
West to east.
It was pretty well straight line though, of that, the plan.
Yeah, it's all the way up there, so you gotta have ground top, but people go back.
Good. Um. Thank you. So, again, no questions online or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion.
All right, all in favor on that?
And I,
Like the last one, welcome to stay and hang out. We're going to, we'll probably talk about both of these. Maybe go through a determination that I could, stick around if you want. Thank you. For your consideration. Well, thank you. All right, any discussion on either of the applications before us tonight? Take action on any of the. Good question. All right, so I guess we'll start with the vault area. Does anyone want to make a recommendation on that variance? Okay.
who seconded it?
All right, so I will read through that. We can deliberate through that and go through the 5 questions thereafter. Dustin had moved, second by Ted, that the area variance requested by Tim and Melissa Bolt for their property located at 67 Hidden Ridge Trail, Huntington Falls, New York 14472, tax ID number 221.02-1-45. Zone RA-1 to construct a 26 by 32 foot detached garage that would result in a total accessory structure lot coverage of 412 square feet in excess of the 1,333 square feet, 2% of the lot size permitted by town code. B, and the recommendation at this point is granted based on the following. Whereas on December 12th, 2024, the zoning board of appeals granted the applicant a variance to allow a proposed detached garage to be constructed no closer than 10 feet from the western property sideline, whereas a 20-foot side setback is otherwise required. And whereas as part of said prior approval, zoning board of appeals noted that there were other accessory structures on the lot and conditions said approval by limiting the proposed detached garage to a size that would comply with town code limit no greater than 2% of total lot coverage for accessory structures, but that the applicant could subsequently apply for an area variance to exceed such limit, which application is now before zoning board of appeals. Whereas the above property owner appeared before zoning board of appeals at public hearing on the application, February 27th, sorry, 2025. Whereas the Tona zoning, Mendon zoning code section 260-8C3 provides that the total area of all accessory buildings on any parcel of land shall not exceed 2% of the total area on the lot. And whereas the application was sent to the zoning board of appeals attorney and town code enforcement officer for review. And whereas the application was sent to Monroe County Planning Board for review pursuant to general municipal law 239-M and the application was returned as a local matter of finance. Whereas the zoning board of appeals held a public hearing and public was given the opportunity to comment on the application. No comments were made. Whereas the proposed attached garage totaling 952 square feet, the lot coverage of existing accessory structure will exceed the 2% total lot coverage limit for accessory structures because there is an existing gazebo, 144 square feet, and a swimming pool, 648 square feet, subtotaling 792 square feet, and a total of 1,745 square feet with a proposed garage included, or 1,333 square feet of accessory lot coverage is permitted in this instance. Now therefore be it resolved that this application constitutes a type 2 action under SECRA and no further environmental review is required. And be it further resolved, the zoning board of appeals has weighed the effects of the requested variance against the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood and community. And hereby the proposal is grants the application based on the following findings. And we will go through these unless I think your input on the answers to these. The requested benefit can or cannot be achieved by other feasible means.
Could, I mean, you could make it smaller by 4 by 10, you know. So it's a true barn garage, right?
I would also say or it could be directly attached.
And attached to reduced in size.
The request is or is not substantial. Because. I would say it is substantial. It is 450 square feet. The request will or will not have an undesirable change in the neighborhood. I would say it will not. There are many other houses in the area. Other houses have the same structure. The request will or will not have an adverse effect on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood or district. Will not. Because
It's a downhill slope. So any drainage issues would already be pre-existing.
the difficulty is or is not self-created. It's
Is
desire to expand. Are there any conditions that we want to put up on this? Obviously, we have the prior variance. Does that goes into a condition?
Yeah, I suggested that you're reaffirming the fact that the prior variance setback, or setback, for the variance for the setback would continue to be in place. Even though we're allowing the larger structure, it still has to be that 10, no greater than 10 feet into the
Does he
site.
have to carry both variances though for the permit?
What's that?
Does he have to carry approval on both variances for the permit now?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I know you had already covered it. I would just say that the aesthetics components of the design of the actual structure. I would just make the recommendation that we put that it should match the primary dwelling structure. So that from an aesthetics, like your neighbors have and whatnot, it just.
It's in the first one too, but yeah.
Okay,
And, you know, also the drawings that are submitted.
okay. Max
The
has
drawings
submitted
that he submitted.
any other.
Just that the space in between not to be constrained anymore,
Emergency access to the pool, yes.
just because it is so wide. You get around the garage and everything else for the fire rescue.
So how would you like to phrase that as a condition? It's proposed as being 9 feet.
Yeah,
or
it
so.
showed 9
9 foot gap between structures.
maintain a 9 foot.
Yeah, it should be maintained, the separation between,
So that would, I think, would the condition that the structure adhere to the design as submitted, would that be adequate?
Yeah, because that still,
Right.
that still satiates the 32-foot width for the actual structure. And then we still give that, the distance.
Okay.
As long as the shrub.
Yeah, I think.
The code enforcement officer checks that.
So, I mean, even at 8 feet, you car.
All right, anything else on there? All right, so following this discussion, let's do a roll call vote on that. All in favor of the, I guess the resolution for this, or the determination for this as read. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes. Cool. So you can work with Brooke on that, she'll be able to finalize the permit and everything. All right. Do you guys want to discuss the, in area?
Because it's so well secluded with trees and brush and everything like.
Oh, I mean, conservatively, it's gonna be almost a half mile off the road, right? I mean, like, not truly, but like. Yeah, right.
These are, I did all the maps out there, this is not Google Earth, so these are approximates, but 262 yards, about, 120 yards from my house. Minimum 60 yards from my neighbors and property line. Close.
Does anyone have a motion on? Motion to approve. Motion to approve. Right, can you list a second?
A second.
All right, so as we did on the last one, I'll read through these and we can discuss the 5 questions as well as go through any conditions we want to do that, so. So Ted had moved, seconded by Tom, that the area variance requested by Sean Finn, first property at 324 Fountain Hill Road, Henry Falls, New York, tax ID 229.02-1-11, zone RA5 for a variance to allow an accessory structure 72 by 40 pole barn be placed in the front yard of the principal building, 262 yards from the road and 120 yards from the principal building as depicted in the application. The motion is granted based on the following. Whereas the above property owner appeared before the zoning board of appeals at the public hearing in the application of February 27th, 2025. Whereas the town of Mendon zoning code section 260-8C10 provides that no accessory structure shall be located in the front yard. And whereas the application was sent to the zoning board of appeals attorney and the town code enforcement officer for review. And whereas this application was sent to Monroe County Planning Board for review pursuant to General Municipal Law 239-M, and the application was returned as a local matter with comments. Whereas the zoning board of appeals held a public hearing, and the public was given the opportunity to comment on the application. Just note that no comments were made. Now therefore be it resolved, this application constitutes a type 2 action under SECRA and no further environmental review is required. Be it further resolved that the zoning board of appeals has weighed the effects of the requested variance against the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood and community, and hereby proposals grants the application based on the following findings. And as we did on the last one, folks, the requested benefit can or cannot be achieved by other feasible means.
I don't think it can. I
No,
mean,
due to
there's nowhere on that property you could place it behind the house or within even like, so let's just say that like, this is the front of the house, even setting it back 6 inches from the front of the house, you couldn't achieve that anywhere, right? Good.
Kind of bad one to block it.
Yeah.
the highest, driest spot on the planet.
So are we a consensus on can or cannot?
Cannot. Lot constraints. due to wet areas, pre-existing structures.
The request is or is not substantial. So I would vote it is, given that it is, 120 feet in front. But given the lot size, it is still pretty well shielded from.
Yeah, I mean, it's two-thirds of the way back from the road to the house. Yeah.
So it is substantial?
Because, yeah, that was what I guess proposed, given the,
Because it's a 120-foot house. Let's pretend it was like somebody else's driveway, you know, on the edge of the road.
Those are all yards.
Yeah, right.
On the agricultural statement, the site marked being currently being farmed. Yeah, yes.
What's that? I'm sorry, my hearing's not.
On the agricultural data statement.
Okay.
Any portion of the subject site currently being farmed to a yes check. But there's also acreage, there's also an X, you know, how much acreage is actually farmed.
Or was that your future?
I would like to say that the tentative part, about 1,200 pumpkins last year, I think is fair. We're going, making a go at it, we can, people serve for it now.
So would you say like 10 acres?
Proposed, as far as what I did, with tilling ground, I'm about acre and a half right now.
Because that would actually help justify the size of the pole barn and everything else.
I also need to start with expanding this year. Son does money be the kind of 400 pounds this year. That's, so we're, well, trying to maybe eventually get that ag.
So 15 acres.
Where'd you put the pumpkins on this year?
You'll hear it clear and all out there.
Oh, this all, okay,
Wow, taking that big,
okay,
and then this over here is a garden.
okay. Oh, so
The deer eat them?
2 acres.
I gotta see my soil and I think there's something missing in it. Yeah, I had 70% germination. And then more I had to do the next fertilizer.
And this is with the apiary, like right there with, you already got the bees trying to do their business, you know. All right,
It's trying to figure it out.
Pretty heavy soil out there.
Yeah, I gotta do that soil sample.
So I guess back on that, we're good with. Is substantial. You got the.
Yep.
Okay. Request will or will not have an undesirable change in the neighborhood.
I would say will not,
Will not.
do the vacation.
Included in setback. The request will or will not have an adverse effect on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood or district.
it's your only dry spot, right?
It's the highest point on the ground, and, a lot of that area is drier. Ultimately,
But it's not like you're gonna excavate it and all of a sudden force hundreds of gallons of water on your neighbor.
yeah, I'm not gonna go toward that, gonna go toward that weather.
So. The difficulty is or is not self-created,
Is,
and because
It's the only place to build it.
prior to build storage.
There was ease of use of. Access.
Any conditions that we want to. You had mentioned colors earlier, but,
Maybe anywhere from gray to.
Oh, we had, John gave us a little pep talk earlier here, so it's not gonna be steel sided, right? Yeah,
It'll be, oh, so I think like things.
yeah, like the,
but not
yeah, like a regular, like. steel
shiny
line.
steel. It'll be painted.
It'll be probably a two-tone with like darker blue and a gray like break down, whatever. Like that side. Something that,
And the builder you're working with, you're using a kit base.
right now, talking with, he didn't build or anything. It is great. That's where we go. We're all.
It's not.
Yeah, just trying to I would recommend that we put some sort of a coated finish on that.
It can't be a gloss finish, so you'd have to go with like a matte, you know, so, yeah, again, not reflective.
Any other conditions?
So I was gonna say the structure shall be painted to blend in with the environment and not be shiny or reflective. That's good. Constructed, you know. We should submit it.
Do we have anything on height? I mean, you had mentioned the concerns earlier on.
You're gonna put a cupola on this thing and also it's like 30 something foot
Well,
tall.
top sill to the, with 15 foot, will be about 16 foot, I'm not sure it's 412 or 312. And most of it might be a decorative lighting.
As long as you're under 35 feet.
All right, anything on the driveway or anything? Good with that? Okay. All right, so following discussion, the following roll call vote was taken, recorded. Anyone, I guess, all in favor of the determination as read? Favor? Any opposed? All right. Carries approval. Like the last one, you work with Brooke, she'll finalize with Corey, the permit and everything, and you guys will go to your proceed. Also.
I'd like to thank Ms. Buckland. She was awesome. She's an asset.
Thank you. I will be in touch. I'll be emailing you and mailing you the resolution approval. Yes, correct.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, any general discussion items that you wanted to cover tonight?
Yes. I would like to, on the record as, I would like to see the town board, when they adopt a local law that's gonna affect a board, zoning board, planning board, put it in front of that board to review it. So, yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
And is there one in particular that you wanted to call out on that one?
and when we just reviewed.
Okay.
I think it would have been nice if the board had a chance to put some input in that local law. I have a lot of questions on it.
So
Stories,
the zoning board have input, is that what you're saying?
yes,
Okay,
you know, really any board, you know, if you're adopting a local law that pertains to planning, put it in front of the planning board so they can review it and give their concerns.
Yeah, there's some instances like the housing development, it would make sense not to allow accessory structures in front of the house, but
I was thinking about this with the Cowley one, even, did that go through EOD with like wetland? All that stuff, right?
But
Cowley,
local law,
no, cause I didn't know if, cause, I mean, it's right on the wetland map where Cowley wants to subdivide all that stuff. Got lots
Oh.
on that,
right, planning,
that's planning.
I don't think there was any wetlands where there
Survey.
for was it Topspin Drive? Yes, this is across the street up on top of the hill that backs to Mendon Ponds where they're proposing their primary residence.
But it was subdividing the street, I thought, which is the wetland, there and stuff.
Anything else from a general discussion?
no,
We have an upcoming meeting. I think the next one is March 27th.
Yep.
At this point.
Yep.
Right. And do we have a motion to close? Adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
I gave Corey room to spend the time.